So, this T4 is actually T0 because Ben is the biggest, and I don't care what anyone says. The strongest M0 team in the game got better, and it's easier to play. That's crazy. Welcome to my channel. My name is Kate the 7th, and I'll be your host today. Let's look at Prydwen, chat. Let's see what they cooked up this time, chat. Patch 2.1 is looking to be a brutal time for many players, as the new best anomaly support yuzuha and the current strongest DPS in the game Miyabi will be running right beside each other, and so many players are wanting to get both but are worried that they might not have the funds. Well, that's where lootbar.gg comes in today, as if you were to click on my exclusive link in the description, new users can be gifted a 10% coupon immediately, and Lootbar is looking to give you the best deal for your monochromes by saving you up to 23% on all your purchases. And by simply clicking on the bundle you would like to purchase and entering your UID and region, within seconds you can have your purchase delivered to you. And this is not just for ZZZ. In fact, it could be any of your favorite mobile games. So whether you're trying to get Mabuika from Genshin, Furlova from Wuthering Waves, or even one of the fake characters of Star Rail, you can be assured Lootbar has you covered. So check out the link in the description below and start saving some money today. Now, with that out the way, let's get you back to the video. All right, let's start with DPS. I love Ishwin, but unfortunately, I don't think she deserves to be up there with Miyabi anymore. I don't think she does. A lot of the shield buffs have recently left, and I've been playing on a lot of people's account lately, clearing their in-game content. When she doesn't have the shield buff, you can feel it. Is she still a very, very good DPS? Of course, but I think she deserves to go down with the other three. You can really feel it when the shield buff's not there. Maybe make the argument that she's still the second best. I wouldn't be mad at that argument. But I do think there is a pretty sizable gap as of right now between Miyabi and Ishwin. If the buffs are not favoring her. I think they got the other three right. But again, like we talked about this last time, chat, right? They really need to make a separate list for Shiyu Defense and Deadly Assault. They really got to make a separate list. Hugo is much better in Shiyu than he is in DA. He's not bad in DA by no means, but you can definitely feel the difference. His playstyle just fits the Shiyu so much more than Deadly Assault. I wouldn't put Hugo up here for Deadly Assault, but I would put him up here for Shiyu. I don't think he's bad by any means in Deadly Assault, but he definitely performs significantly better in Shiyu. I think he's one of the best Shiyu characters in the game. Easily top 3 Shiyu character in the game. When there's ice weakness and you have lighter, especially if you have lighter. Evelyn and Yanagi, perfectly fine. These tier lists are never ordered. Prydwen doesn't order their tiers, so I do think this is the top 5 DPS in the game right now. With Hugo not being in that top 5, if it's not Shiyu, I would definitely have someone higher than him. Which we're going to get to, by the way, because I think there is some weird placement here. But let's move on. Sambi, we know her buff's coming out. If you don't look at leaks, okay. If you're watching this video and you don't look at leaks, and you don't want to hear about leaks, click off the video right fucking now. Sambi's finally getting the sub DPS she needs. A lot of people don't know that Sambi is actually a better buffer than she is a DPS, which is funny. Which is extremely funny. Let me just show this, actually. Is my Sambi even geared? No, she's missing 2 pieces. Someone has her pieces right now. But anyways, her additional ability Makes her an extremely good buffer. She can actually give Aftershock teammates more crit damage than Jufufu can, which is funny. Even if Jufufu has King of the Summit and her full buff, Sambi has the potential to still give more than Jufufu, which is funny. But it's only on Aftershocks, and Jufufu's crit damage is obviously on everything, but still, you get the point. You get the point. She can give her Aftershock teammates so much crit damage, and she just straight up makes them 25% stronger at a baseline too. She's a very good support. And she's finally getting the sub DPS she needed in Orphe. So Orphe is going to be a sub DPS off-field attack agent that does Aftershock damage and also buffs the team. And from the early calcs, from my friend Jstern, go check out his channel. Hey, editor, put a link. I'm going to leave a link to Jstern's channel in the description and put him on the screen right now. From his early calcs, Orphe is an upgrade for Sambi over Astra in the trigger team. So yeah, Sambi's finally getting the sub DPS she needed. And that's because Sambi's buffing is just that good. She's a very good buffer. But here's the thing, right? When Orphe comes out, if they... Now, I will say this is subject to change, but let's assume that they don't change Orphe and she continues to be Sambi's best partner. The question now is, chat, do you still consider Sambi a primary DPS if she's played with Orphe? Because her damage is actually going down. The team damage is going up, but Sambi's damage is going down. So would Sambi still be considered the primary DPS, or does she become a secondary DPS? Well, I'm gonna be real. I'm looking at the numbers right now. It is better than Astra, but it's not as big of an upgrade as I expected. Maybe that's me like expecting too much, but it is an upgrade for sure. Obviously things are scheduled subject to change. A lot of things can happen now until Orphe's release. So I don't know if Sambi's gonna go up a tier or not. I have no idea. I'm going to be hopeful and say yes, she will. But right now, I don't know. But I am going to be hopeful that she will. I think Ellen and Zhu are perfectly fine. Ellen, great character now with her buffs. Zhu, still very solid. She's aged very, very well. Haru, I'm okay with the expert tag. I kind of wish they would place him in T1 with the expert tag, and like the expert tag explained that he could go down, but they have it to where the expert tag is saying that if you play him well, he can go up. But that's okay. Now these two right here, they have Yuzu on this list, but they did not move up. They really believe that Jane and Piper did not get that much better. This is exactly where they were last time. I don't know. I think they deserve to move up. I think they deserve to go up to Ellen and Zhu. That's just my personal opinion. I tested a lot of M0 Yuzu with Jane and Piper. It did feel better. I think I had my expectations a little too high for Jane. I wasn't getting as high as I thought I would, and then some of my buddies weren't getting as high as I thought they would because they're even better at the game than I am. But I did feel the upgrade. I will say that. I did feel the upgrade. Like, I did feel the upgrade with yuzuha, regardless. So I think you can make a very strong argument for Piper and Jane to go up. I think Soldier's fine. Anton, Billy, Korn, and Neko. I feel like I'm gonna have to fight for Neko every single time. I just think she's not as bad as... She's not a T4 in my opinion. I don't think Neko's T4. She's pretty much just as good as these characters. Yeah, she's an S rank and she's a little bit clunkier to use. But if we're just gonna talk about straight damage, I don't think she's T4. She should just be in the same T3. But yeah, that's about it for primary DPS. Again, they don't have it ordered. I think it's perfectly fine. I wouldn't be mad if someone made an argument for Ishwen to stay next to Miyabi. I just personally think after a lot of M0 on people's account, if she doesn't have the shield buff, you can really feel it. I will say this. Ishwen can definitely 100% get a lot better in the future. Because all they gotta do is make an S rank pan. If they ever make an S rank pan, which I don't mean they're gonna make pan S rank, I just mean like an S rank rupture support in general, Ishwen can 100% still get better. So you can make that argument that Ishwen is definitely not at her peak. All they gotta do is make an S rank rupture support. So I wouldn't be mad if someone kept her up there with Miyabi, but I just think maybe she does need to be down there with the other three as of right now. But yeah, it is what it is. Vivian, 100%. I'm not gonna disagree with that. It's crazy how good Vivian is. It's kind of ridiculous how good Vivian is. Like, dude, like Vivian is just she's crazy. She's a crazy character, bro. It's crazy how good Vivian is, bro. But yeah, there's not much to say about Vivian. I pretty much said everything I said about Vivian last video, but she kind of just does everything. She does have weaknesses. She's not a perfect character. She 100% has weaknesses. And it's okay for a character to have weaknesses. It's not a bad thing. You want to strive for some kind of balance, but she's 100% the best at her role. I remember last time I was saying Bernice should go down to tier 1. I 100% believed that last time, and I'm going to stand by that from last time. But with Yuzu, I've kind of been seeing a little bit of a Bernice resurgence. Because the issue with Bernice before was she was just worse Vivian in almost every single way. But with Yuzu, I have seen some kind of resurgent with her. I won't be mad if you kept her in 0.5. I probably still would put her down to T1. They got Grace down here. I just don't have many opinions on Grace. We're gonna come back to Yanagi in a second, but I don't have many opinions on Grace because I just don't use her. I just don't use her. The only Grace stuff I see nowadays is April and some Japanese YouTubers. Their names have slipped my brain right now. If I remember them, I'll put their link in the descriptions of this video we're making. But yeah, you just don't see anything, so I don't have much of an opinion on Grace. So Yanagi, yeah, she's still a good sub DPS. I personally don't like playing Yanagi as a sub DPS unless I have to. I think she just shines so much more as the carry, as an on-field electric carry. I think Yanagi just shines so much more instead of being subjugated to being a sub DPS. But she still does her job as a sub DPS, and she is still going to obviously work with Miyabi. The hard truth, a lot of people don't want to accept still, is there's a lot of Miyabi teams that are just better than Miyabi Yanagi nowadays. I would say Miyabi Double Ether with Nicole Ostra is better. Miyabi's best team in the game, Yuzuha Soukaku, is significantly better. The old school Mono Ice is better. But Miyabi Yanagi is comfortable. It is comfortable. It's easy to play, so people like it, and there's nothing wrong with that. But Miyabi Yanagi is nowhere near as good as it used to be. It's nowhere near as good as it used to be. That's pretty much all I gotta say for secondary DPS. Lighter being the only T0. I think that's fine for now. Lighter, it's very simple. The more relevant fire and ice characters are, the more relevant Lighter is. He is extremely niche, but the reason why he can buff so much is because he's niche. That's why he buffs so much. He also has a great engine, but I'm pretty sure Prydwen doesn't factor in engines. Lighter doesn't need his engine to give the full buff. He can get it from other engines. Yeah, just a very solid character, and he does what he needs to do. He does enough days to get you 4 stuns in DA. His buffs are incredible. He doesn't require heavy field time demands, so he's easy to manage. He just really does the job. He really is the undefeated champion. For now. The way Lighter is designed, I just don't see him getting replaced anytime soon. They kind of made it where it's going to be really hard to replace him because of how much he buffs. It just turns out 75 damage bonus and 15 res shred at a baseline, as long as you have one of the engines that can give him the max buff. I think he has 3 different engines that can do it. That's just a lot. It's a lot. That is so much. And then on top of that, if you are able to get his engine, it's just another 30 crit damage. And then on top of that, now we have King of the Summit, which makes it 60 crit damage total if you have his engine. So like, yeah, he just does a lot. Fufu, Lycon, Trigger. Let's talk about Lycon first. I was wrong. And after playing the team a fuck ton on stream and off stream on my friend Penguin's account, because he has an M0 Miyabi and an M0 Yuzuha, so I could actually get accurate testing. I was wrong. I can't believe it. He got replaced. I did not think that Yuzu Soukaku would be better than Lycon Soukaku, but it just is. And it's way easier to play. My god, is it easier to play. It's crazy how much easier it is to play. I can't believe he got replaced. The strongest team in the game got better, chat. The Miyabi Mono Ice, the strongest M0 team in the game. I always have to specify M0. It's probably still the strongest M1 and M2 game in the game. Oh my god, English. It's probably still the strongest M1 and M2 team in the game as well. But we're going to talk M0 right now. It's the strongest M0 team in the game, and it got better. The strongest M0 team in the game got better, and it's easier to play. Let that sink in, chat. The strongest M0 team in the game got better, and it's easier to play. That's crazy. He's obviously still a good character in Mono Ice. Just because Yuzu is better doesn't mean you can't play Lycon Mono Ice. It's still incredible. It's still an extremely powerful team. Lycon is also very good for Hugo, obviously. So it's not like he's a bad character now. He's also still a fine option for Ellen Joe as well, because you can do Ellen Joe Astra if you don't have Lighter. So he's still a good character. Fufu. I'm conflicted on Fufu. I'm very conflicted on Fufu, chat. I am not going to lie to you. I am so conflicted on Fufu, chat. Because the first week she came out, a lot of people in the community were saying she felt really mid outside of Ishwin, which I think is fair. But the more and more I'm seeing is like she just gets the job done. She just gets the job done, bro. Like, Fufu gets the job done. Like, is she better than Lighter in those specific teams? No, of course not. Is she better than other characters in specific teams? Of course not. But she does get the job done. She 100% gets the job done. So I think she's just a very solid character. Like, she's not bad by any means. She gets the job done. Prydwen's tier list is M0W0, right? Correct? I'm pretty sure. Prydwen's tier list is M0W0, correct? Like, so no signatures. No signatures? Trigger gotta go down to Pulcra. I'm sorry, bro. Bro, it's true. You chat, you guys know it's true. Trigger with Sig is an incredible character. Trigger without Sig, she gotta go down to Pulcra, bro. She gotta go down to Pulcra. You guys know it's true. Have you seen the score difference with and without Trigger's engine? Have y'all seen the score differences? Have y'all seen the score difference? The score difference is crazy without her Sig, man. Maybe tier 1. Maybe tier 1. Dude, it's crazy. It's crazy the score difference without her Sig, man. Yeah, I guess she is decent with Ishwin. She's not a bad character with Ishwin. And then if you're using Ishwin, you can't even use her Sig anyway, so that's fair. But for other teams, man, it is crazy the score difference without her Sig, man. But yeah, probably move her down to tier 1 if she doesn't have Sig. But yeah, she is solid for Ishwin. I'll give you that. She is solid. But probably, I still personally would probably move her down to tier 1 without Sig. You said check the criteria section. All agents are assessed as if they have P5 or all A rank, B rank engines, and P1. Never mind. Hey, good catch. Good catch. They do consider Sig. Okay, Trigger can stay. Wait, keep reading? Did I miss something again? Holy shit. I told you I'm not a good reader. The ones that are purchasable with 600 oh my god, English. Residual signal once per month in the signal shop in game. Oh, you're right. I didn't read that part. Standard. Oh, fuck that. Oh, then yeah. I would, if that's the case, I would personally put Trigger in tier 1. Chingy deserves the partner tag because of how good she is with Ishwin. God, Chingy is so good with Ishwin, bro. She's so good with Ishwin. Ishwin literally resurged Chingy and Deadly Assault single-handedly. Chingy was like always kind of outperformed in Deadly Assault by other options, but man, Chingy is so good with Ishwin. Chingy's pretty much almost on Jifufu's level for Ishwin. That's how good Chingy is for Ishwin. Does that mean Chingy is a character worth pulling for most players? No. It's the Chingy Ishwin thing is kind of a situation of if you already had Chingy on your account, that was a very good scenario for you. But I'm not gonna sit here and recommend pulling Chingy for Ishwin. Like I'm not gonna sit here and say pull Chingy just for Ishwin. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's just It just so happens to be the case where if you already had Chingy, she ended up being incredible for Ishwin. But I wouldn't say go out of your way to get Chingy for Ishwin. Pulchra continues to be extremely underrated. A well-played M6 Pulchra is a T1 character. She really is, bro. She needs M6. That's the downside of Pulchra. She really does need M6. But she can wear multiple buffing sets. And if you play her well, she really is a T1 character. I just don't think a lot of people play her well. Because a lot of people tell me they struggle to get even 3 stuns with Pulchra. And I'm just like, how? Is that even possible? You shouldn't be struggling to get 3, potentially even 4 stuns with her. She's very... Yeah, a lot of people don't play her correctly, which is okay, I guess. But that's probably why she's kind of looked down upon by a lot of the community. A lot of people don't play her that well, but that's okay. Kaleda and Ambi. I don't really know what to say. A lot of people... Kaleda's very beloved by a lot of people. But this is kind of fair. But she is a very beloved character. But I think this is kind of fair. She still gets the job done, but... Her biggest thing is that she does the most daze damage in the game. But just doing daze damage is not that great in a lot of scenarios. She does give a buff, but the buff is very small. And it's only on chain attacks. I don't got much to say about Kaleda. And yeah, I don't have much to say about Aaron Gambi either. The King of the Summit sets was very nice for both of them though. Yeah, this is right. T0. I think you should move Nicole up. The Nicole disrespect has to stop. Nicole is harder to play than Astra and Yuzu. And that might, for some of you, you might be thinking, how is Nicole hard to play? If you watch the average Shiyu or Deadly Assault run, you'll see that a lot of people have a really bad Nicole management. They are either using her EX the moment she gets energy instead of waiting until her DPS can output their proper damage in that window. Like, I'll give you a good example, right? The amount of times I watch an Evelyn player play Astra Nicole, and the moment Nicole gets energy, they immediately EX, and Evelyn doesn't have the resources to do a chain attack to take advantage of that EX outside of stun. And the amount of times I see people play that team and they'll start stun and they'll use Evelyn's chain without having Nicole's buff up. And it's not just that team. I just use that as an example. There's so many teams where if you watch like the average players like clear, like they just do not manage their Nicole buff well at all. So a lot of people fuck up Nicole a lot, and it's very common. So maybe that's why they have her in 0.5. But if you play Nicole well, she's 100% a T0 character. Nicole's damage is very good for a support. Many people do not know this. If I was to put this in a ZZ calculator, which I'd probably just use OK Muzzies, because he made an amazing ZZ calculator for free for the entire community to use. But if I was just to put in Nicole and actually give her a proper crit build, she does a lot of fucking damage. A lot of people don't realize just how much damage their Nicole could contribute to the team, because most people just do not build their Nicole for damage at all. Like, the vast majority of people just slap on an energy regen disc with 5 other really shitty discs, as long as you have the 4-piece set. And to be fair, there's nothing wrong with that, because she's still gonna obviously get the job done. But it's amazing how if you actually put love and care into Nicole and gave her a proper, really good build with proper attack, proper crit rate, and crit damage, she contributes a fuck ton of damage to the team. It makes a big, big difference. Soukaku, this is perfectly fine. This is right. This is 100% right. I know a lot of people hate Soukaku. A lot of people say Slowkaku still, trash Kaku. Soukaku is clunky. But man, for months and months now, she has proven to be Miyabi's best support. Like, if your Miyabi is M3 or lower, she is 100% Miyabi's best support. And it's not even close, because double freeze is fucking broken. It's fucking broken. It turns out getting 30 plus second stun windows is not fair. And the team, like I said earlier, just got even better because of Yuzuha's release. Yeah, Soukaku is harder to play. Some people don't like her for how slow she is. But it's just a fact that she is Miyabi's best support. Miyabi is the best DPS in the game. If you're the best support for the best DPS in the game, you deserve to be high up. Again, if you just don't like her animations and how she feels to play, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's undeniable that she is Miyabi's best support. So she deserves to be up here. If you were willing to learn Soukaku and play her properly with Miyabi, you're going to shit on your Astrial and your Yuzu. But in the case of Yuzu, you just put them together. So it's not even really shitting on Yuzu, it's putting them together. Pretty sure I said Caesar needed to go down to T1 last time. We don't need to stick on Caesar for long. It's very simple. Her buffs just aren't that great compared to other supports above her. But she is very comfy. I saw a comment of someone who said that they had really bad hands and they played on mobile. And that Caesar allowed them to play the game much more comfortably. That's great. That's wonderful. So it's very good that Caesar exists for people who are struggling to play the game. It's very good that she exists. I still think she's T1. But the fact that Caesar exists and allows people who really need a shield to play the game easier, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. She's a solid character. She will get the job done. And she provides a level of comfort that no one else can. That's wonderful. That's great. Good character. I think T1 is perfect for her. If you need Caesar to help you play the game a little bit easier, I'm very glad that she exists. Or if you just like Caesar as a waifu and want to play her, go for it. She's still going to clear the content. And if that's all you care about, use her. I think T1's perfect for her. Pan, I don't have much Pan experience. I'm not gonna lie. I don't have much. I have played him a little bit, but I don't have much Pan experience. But it's undeniable that he's a very good support with Ishwen, so this is fine. Rina only really shines in a specific team, and that's an electric focus team. That's where she really, really shines. Even her mindscapes lean toward that. Isn't her M6 just buffing electric characters only, I believe? Her M2 is, I think, damage to her, like damage for herself. Her M4 should be, I believe it's energy recharge, and then we all know she has a good M1. But even Rina's core passive, wait, is it her core passive or her additional? Even her additional is just leaning really hard into electric teams. She is an electric support. That's what Rina shines at doing. Outside of that, she's not that crazy. And even in a full electric team, she's just good. I wouldn't say she's insane by any means. She's just good. A lot of people will have issue like managing Rina's buff. A lot of newer players don't know that you can use basic attacks to reapply her buff. You can also use dash attacks. I think R2 always uses dash attacks to reapply the buff, but you don't have to just use EX, chain, or ult. You can also use dash attacks to reapply her buff. A lot of new players don't know that, so they'll have very bad buff uptime. And even when I'm playing her, because I barely play her, I'll just forget. I'll forget sometimes to reapply her buff if I don't have energy. But yeah, she's a solid character for electric teams. Seems like every single patch, I will see people push Seth like to the limit, whether it's Nyx, Penguins. Damn, what's his name? Fuck, I can't remember his name right now. God damn it. But I see a lot of people will push Seth to the max. He's not that bad. He's not. He's really not. I think he deserves to be like pretty much the same as Rina. He's a lot better than people give him credit for. I don't think he's crazy by any means. I don't think he's like an insane character by any means, but I don't think he's T3. T3, I think that's a little rough. T2 at least, you know, at least. I don't think he's as bad as people give him credit for. So, this T4 is actually T0 because Ben is the biggest, and I don't care what anyone says. Ben is the biggest. Okay, but other than that, that's really all I got to say about this tier list. Honestly, it is getting better. There's some stuff I would clean up if this really is just an M0 W0 tier list with only standard S ranks being considered. I really think they need to make a Shiyu Defense and Deadly Assault separate from each other. It is getting better, but there is some stuff we can clean up here. Really should make a Shiyu Defense and Deadly Assault separate. And other than that, that's all I got. Chat, say bye. Join the Discord. We're on our way now to 7K members. We hit over 6,000 in the Discord. We do some giveaways here and now and then, you know. Got an active community. We stream all the time. And we have a good time. But anyways, my name is Cut to the 7th, and with that, I am signing out. Peace.